7:42, and speaking of seeing for miles, a man with a vision.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, George.
There you go. I like that segue.
He's
Yeah.
hitting on about 4 batteries over there this morning.
Wow.
You just got them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet he practiced that line.
He
That was
may have
pretty
practiced
good.
that one for a
It
while.
just came to mind.
It's going to be one of those days.
Rick Surrency's with us this morning.
Good morning.
Morning. So school, doing well?
Yeah, school's got a week under our belt, and it's been, like always, a good start. Not a lot of major stuff, just...
See, I haven't heard any horror stories from anybody.
Now, we've... I was telling some other folks that we've had a few lines, the first couple of days, especially the elementary schools, parents were bringing their kids to school, but now, instead of parents being able to just walk in and walk the kid to class, we've had to take some extra measures in the name of safety and security, and all of our visitors come through the front office. We have a single point of entry. We buzz everyone in. They have to have a picture ID, and I know that's inconvenient, but it's the new normal now. It's something we have to do to make sure our kids are safe. But I think they're getting used to it. I have to have my ID when I walk in.
I have to tell you this, Grandma ain't never gonna get used to it.
Yeah, but if it keeps us safe, then it's something we need to do.
Well, I understand getting past the main office. I truly understand, you got to do something to get past the main office.
Yeah.
But to have to try to go dig for an ID when you're running in to get somebody,
Yeah.
and new cars have fobs, and most of us women have them in our purse. And then you have to dig through it trying to find it, and...
I know. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. Not at all. Don't even tell me that. You're not at all. But I do get the safety factor of it. I do. I have some other issues with it, but it's personal issues.
Yeah.
And I get the majority of it.
Yeah. Well, it's something that we not only is it good, it's a good idea, but it's mandated. I mean, every school in Florida
You have to do
Yeah.
something, and I get that. And I get what we hear on Facebook all the time, 20 years ago, 40 years ago, when you and I were running around schools,
Yeah.
every September to January, every truck out there had a rifle in the back of
Yeah.
it, because the guys were going hunting, and we didn't have school shootings.
Yeah, it's really a shame, and I hate it, because it's changed our way of life, like you described.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure that schools are not so-called soft targets anymore.
No, and I agree that
Yeah.
you've got to keep the kids at school safe,
Yeah.
and you've got to do what you need to do. I don't know what's changed. Well, I do know what's changed in society, but there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
Because if I had my way, there would not be a video game with any violence allowed in half of Hollywood movies.
Yeah. Well, I think we're really having to take a hard look at ourselves as a society, and what are we doing to perpetuate this or not doing. And I'm not getting political here. I'm just saying we have to make sure that we're trying to keep life as normal for our kids, just like we had, and make sure that school is a positive
There'll never
place.
be a normal that we had again. That's
Yeah.
gone.
And anyway, good. School's a good place to be, regardless.
It's a good place to get educated,
Yeah.
and that's what school's about. Is
Yeah.
being educated.
Yep.
And we have to offer them the best education we possibly can offer them.
Yep. So, and we want them to feel safe. We want them to have friends and good relationships and all that. It's all this other stuff that we
You're going to be able to
do.
go to football. When are we going to have IDs to get in a football game?
hadn't gotten there yet, but
because you think about a soft target.
yeah.
Thank goodness.
It is. It's good. If you've tried to go to a professional football game or the Super Bowl, whoa,
Yeah.
the IDs that you have to get in those things.
Yeah.
But our kids still can go do those things. They can still participate in band and sports and all of that, because y'all do work so hard to keep it safe.
Yeah. And those are things that are fun, and kids love it, and we, that's just part of our culture. So we want to make sure we continue to do that. Man, I'm looking forward to football season too. I just can't wait. Like
High
everybody
school
else.
or Gator?
All the above. Yeah, all the above.
I'm looking forward to high school, and the rest of it, it's such evils.
Yeah.
I'm just sad because
Baseball's ending.
baseball's coming to an end.
Yeah, it's just, well, you got till October, You know.
Yeah, but already
No.
Sunday there was pro football on, and you couldn't talk to any of the guys in the house because they couldn't hear you because the TV was on and there was a football game going.
Well, you just wait and see them in January, I guess, when it's all over.
I always thought
It's like they're hibernate,
I
right?
thought NASCAR was bad, but at least you'll get up in between accidents. You
Yeah.
know?
It's just what we do, you know.
I know it. You guys love it. I learned to hunt to see my family because I didn't see them from September to January.
Hmm.
Well,
And when they were home, they were in front of a football game.
there are worse things they can be doing, so
That's
propped
exactly
up in front of the
right.
TV is not too bad.
So there's a whole lot worse they could be
That's their
doing.
home.
So I understand the graduation rates really look like they're on the rise for this coming year.
Yeah. I don't know if we've talked about it, but you know, we've had over the last since 2015, Putnam County has had the highest increase in graduation rates of any district in Florida.
That's cool.
And I'm very proud of that. And so last year was 84.8, and this year they don't actually officially publish it till December, but we are projecting between 89 and 90%.
You can't do much better than that because
Yeah.
you're always going to have a marginal there that you can't deal with.
And we're out, and by the way, we're getting some national attention about that too. And you know, I've been asked to speak to a couple groups out of state. So anyway, it's good to know that people outside of Florida are recognizing that too.
It is. It's really good to know that and we're doing something right. Is bringing us up. We had Representative Yoho in here the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and we talked about that and the fact that that will help us bring industry into this community
Right.
because we had to get the schools up to get the industry.
Yeah, and I want to credit. I talk about graduation rate a lot, but I don't give the people credit that where credit is due. And our teachers at the high school, actually K-12, this is a K-12, pre-K to 12 effort, but especially our high school teachers, our high school guidance counselors, principals, you know, everybody, it's a team effort because they have to make sure that these kids do not fall through the cracks. And it's a constant conversation to make sure, you know.
Has the VOTEC helped?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's where the big help came in. You didn't lose those kids.
Yeah, and I've said that a lot, and thanks for mentioning that. You know, we provide a lot of career opportunities. Like we've talked many times, not every kid's going to college, but when they graduate on time, we've got to have some opportunities for these kids to get good jobs. And having these industry certifications will set these kids up for success in the future. So we just don't want them to graduate and walk the streets.
Right.
We want
No,
them
we graduate and get
Well,
jobs.
you got guys with a trade, plumbers and welders.
Yeah.
And, they're making more money than somebody with a
Yeah, you try to
master's
find a
degree.
plumber
Yeah.
when you need one.
Yeah. All these are great opportunities, and there's a big need for that in Putnam County. So when they graduate, man, there are jobs here. Our unemployment rate's gone down, and you know.
Go in a different direction. Speaking of jobs, bus drivers,
Yeah.
we still hunting them?
Yeah, continue to need bus drivers, and I mean, and that's true around the state.
Every place I've been there, I see the signs that bus drivers are needed.
Yeah. So not really sure why that's so, but it's just the life we live in. There's a teacher shortage. We talk about that a lot.
Right.
And
Do we finally fill all the positions here? You still
no,
looking?
we still have some openings, but we're going to be making some adjustments here at the end of this week. We get finally our counts in.
Yeah, your full count in.
And see how many students we have, so we'll make some adjustments. But we're doing everything we can to try to really reach out and recruit teachers.
What about substitute teachers?
Yeah, we always need substitute
And
teachers.
now you have to go through a work company, I think, to substitute. I'm trying to think of the name of it. And Marshall
It's called ESS, or so it used to be called Source for Teachers, but it's called ESS, and we contract that out.
What is the basic requirement for a substitute teacher?
Well, really, just pass the background
check.
check, really. Yeah. And you don't have to necessarily have a bachelor's or anything. So.
Oh, that's good.
But
it's
good.
nice if
it's
you
good
have
flexible money. You can work when you want to. And,
Did it for many years.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for people who maybe their schedule doesn't allow them to hold a full-time job. So work on a.
Or you just wanting to see if you want to get back in the workforce.
Yeah. But I was, talking about teacher shortage. One innovative thing that we started this year is distance learning, or video teleconferencing, if you will, where all 4 of our high schools have this really high-tech equipment where a teacher in one high school can be teaching a class, and there'll be equipment in there that will transmit her image, the entire class image, and all the sound to another class in another high school where another class is sitting, supervised by an adult.
Can they ask questions?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
They can, the microphone set up in there, it's almost like you and I are talking to each
Okay.
other now. It's really
Totally interactive.
right. And the resolution on those big screen TVs it's like you're looking through a window.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
So that's some up and coming technologies helping us with our teacher shortage. And if you have a really awesome teacher in a certain area,
And that everybody wants.
yeah, that teacher can actually teach 2 classes at once. I mean, just have more bang for the buck, so to speak. So
Well, and sometimes you have a teacher that's teaching a specialty, and you can't afford to have that specialty class in all 4 high schools.
absolutely, yep, that's the beauty of it. So it's in the first year. Actually, Ashley McCool, who you know, is actually heading up that project for us and is doing a fabulous job. And I think our kids today, that's kind of what they're used to.
They want to learn everything off of video, and I have trouble sitting here reading off a computer. Give me a newspaper in my hand. I do better in a book in my hand.
Yeah.
But that's not how these kids are wired.
Well, and they learn from each other. We really work on kids working together in groups.
They used to call
Teachers.
that cheating in our day, Jordan. Come on, Rick. No, it is good to see them
Yeah.
work as teams.
And the teacher is a facilitator, not the bestower of knowledge. Kids need to interact with each other, and this equipment
Sometimes
just
kids
helps that.
actually learn better from kids.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
sometimes they just do better, and because the teacher can explain it, and if they're not getting it, it's like I always will tell my doctor, "Would you put that in English, please?" And the kids can put it in each other's terms.
Well, and kids, if you can talk to another kid and say, "Hey, what does that mean to you?" and kind of bounce off ideas. It's a lot of times it's less threatening than having to raise their hand and get the teacher to call.
I
them and-
hated to have to raise my hand in class. I just sit back and be quiet.
So it's very non-threatening, and I think kids really enjoy that. I like it too.
I
like
think it's great.
I like to be sitting by somebody that's smarter than me, and hey, what'd you get? And
Yeah.
how'd you get
How
it?
did you get there? I can get the answer, but I don't know how I got it.
Right.
And that was part of my problem in math. I could do it, but don't ask me how I did it.
The old way of sitting in rows like all of us did growing
Yeah.
up, and the teacher just dumping knowledge on us. Those days are almost gone. It's about kids sitting in groups, teachers walking around the room, kids talking to each other. That's kind of the new way of teaching now and learning, because kids do learn better from talking to each other.
They really do.
Yeah.
But we've gone so far because remember the old. We get the handouts that you get high off of. I'm trying to think what they were called. The purple.
Worksheets and
No,
all
the
that.
purple paper.
Mimeograph.
Mimeograph.
Mimeograph,
Remember
yeah,
the
yeah.
smell of that stuff?
Yeah.
Oh. So things have come a
Oh
long
yeah,
way.
yeah. And our kids have laptops now. Just they can.
I was
yeah.
surprised at all that. I have a family connection at one of the elementary schools, and last year when she was in a classroom, we were making pillows for those kids to sit on, and she had buckets and balls that they were sitting on, and they loved it.
Well, the other thing too, almost every kid has a phone. Most secondary kids, and we used to think, hey, phones are the enemy and that type of thing, but we've learned to embrace them now, where kids can actually use their phone if it's managed right.
Oh, he's got messages on his already.
Oh yes, but they can use it and they can do research right there on their phone.
And I get the research, but what do you do when you're testing though? Do they take the phones up?
Yeah, they have to. Well, they depends on the kind of test. If it's one of these standardized tests, yeah, they have to take them up and not. But obviously, if they're assessing kids, they have to put their phones and all their video or their technology away. But kids are getting used to that, and phones are they're connected to our kids now. I think they were born with a phone connected to them.
I'm waiting for my Kyle's youngest, my youngest son. His son started kindergarten this year, and I'm waiting to hear, Grandma, can I have a phone?
Oh yeah.
It's coming.
Well, they play games on it and that type of thing.
Well, he
so.
has a Kindle, and he's allowed 1 hour a day on.
Oh, really?
1 hour.
Wow. That's
Mom and
pretty
Dad are
good.
tough,
That's good.
so they're
You gotta-
chasing chickens around the backyard.
Yeah, you got to manage it.
Yeah, they do, and that's where I get upset with parenting and video stuff.
Yeah, they can't. It's a good thing, but it also can be excessive and
I have, and this is one of those children that if the television's on, he's so totally focused he hears nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's limited to what he can do.
Yeah. Well, and you know, TV is a great tool also, but it can also, if it's used in excess, it can be.
It can be too much.
Yep.
You know, we all went outside to play, so and had to do that. Of course, it's not as safe to go out to play like it was when we were.
Well,
Do we have anything else? I think we're going to run out of time over there. I'm watching.
Yeah. It was back in the days we used to drink out of the water hose and all
water
that
hose
stuff.
too. We played in the water hose, and we're all alive. Rode a bike without a helmet too.
Actually, rode a bike and chased the mosquito truck.
Chuck.
Remember those
So,
days?
yeah, it's right behind
It
it.
survived it.
And we're then I wonder why the parents are a little weird.
I remember when I was a kid, I picked up the wrong hose to get a drink of water, and it was a discharge hose from the washing machine. Oh, that was horrible.
That's back when you could do discharge.
That's back in the Woodstock days, right,
Yeah.
George?
There you go. No, that was way before Woodstock, let me tell you.
But you know, life's changed. What we could do, we can't do any longer.
Yeah. But
So-
you know what? I'm trying to learn to embrace it, and it's a new day. And,
It's a
you
new
know,
day, and let me tell you, we didn't learn it with our children, but our grandchildren are sure teaching
Yeah.
it to us.
I want our kids to be smart and stable so they can take care of us.
That's exactly right. Somebody's
Pay
gotta
taxes and all
somebody's
that.
got to push my wheelchair. We appreciate you coming in. We'll see you in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Good
And
seeing you
find out what's
guys.
going on.
Yep.
Thanks.
All right.
Okay,
Good to see you.
all right.
Thanks, Jim.
It's,
Yes, sir.
now 76 degrees.